With environmental consciousness on the rise, the recycling industry has become a beacon of hope for a sustainable future. Today, the recycling business turns out to be one of the most creative and lucrative businesses with high returns potential. Here, we put together 10 of the best recycling business ideas you can start to save our nature and to make a good amount of money. On number 10, we have scrap metal recycling business. Depending on the material, scrap metal recycling can be a highly profitable business venture. If this idea interests you, you'll likely need the funds to start your own plant and invest in expensive equipment to cut, melt, and repurpose scrap metal. Number 9. Construction waste recycling business. The construction sector generates a significant amount of waste through construction and demolition activities. Entrepreneurs can establish recycling plants to process construction and demolition waste into reusable materials such as aggregates, bricks, and tiles. This business idea not only helps in waste reduction, but also promotes sustainable construction practices by minimizing the demand for new raw materials. Metals are the most expensive type of construction waste with a high resale value. Recycled concrete is often used as a base in new road construction. If you plan on processing this waste, you'll need to invest in the equipment needed to sort materials appropriately. Food waste to vermicompost business on number 8. With very little effort, organic fertilizer manufacturing has become an important component of agribusiness around the world. Organic fertilizer is made by mixing vermicompost in vegetables, waste foods, cotton, and other materials with different types of insects in the vermicompost process. With a modest capital investment, they can set up a vermicompost production unit in their own garden. On number 7, we have medical waste recycling. Doctors' offices, veterinary clinics, and hospitals all need to dispose of hazardous medical waste. Items like used syringes and needles need to be processed correctly, as they are a biohazard. While medical waste recycling businesses can be extremely profitable, you'll need to invest in specialized tools and equipment to make sure the process is carried out according to strict health and safety standards. Additionally, be prepared to obtain specific state licenses. Textile recycling on number 6. Like any other category in this video, the textile industry is another primary culprit behind the environmental crisis we're witnessing. Approximately a fifth of the clean water pollution worldwide is associated with finishing products and dyeing, without which the fashion industry would fail. While you can't contribute to reducing the number, you can leave a positive impact if you break into the textile recycling business sector. Recycling clothes and textiles are linked to less pollution, so many NGOs and organizations are eager to help startups in this sector scale up and enhance their visibility. Number 5. Cardboard recycling. Cardboard boxes are a necessity for moving items from place to place, but they're also very valuable and can get you around $300 per ton. We recognize that this may be more viable for commercial recycling or office recycling rather than at home. Hard to fit a literal ton of cardboard in your outdoor recycling bins. However, that doesn't mean you can't shop around for cardboard. Local businesses and people on sites like Craigslist might be happy to give their cardboard away for free. Glass recycling on number 4. Broken glass can be processed and remade into pricey cookware and windshields. The new processing technology is even turning recycled glass into concrete. To properly recycle glass, you'll need to melt it down and make it malleable. Additionally, prepare to sort and separate pieces of glass prior to recycling. To obtain glass, contact your municipality's waste department. Local restaurants with bars may also be willing to provide you with used glass bottles. Number 3. Tire recycling business. Tires are difficult to dispose of and can take up a lot of space in landfills. So instead, you can turn old tires into useful products like rubber mulch and crumb rubber, which actually has a lot of demand. One of the primary benefits of starting a tire recycling business is that there is a steady supply of raw materials as tires are consistently being discarded. To start a tire recycling business, you will need a space to store and process the tires. You will also need specialized equipment, such as tire shredders and granulators, to break down the tires into usable materials. Number 2 in this list is e-waste to precious metals recycling business. Clearly, high-speed production of many electronic devices becomes a waste after a few years of use. We all end up throwing these electronic devices into the dustbin. As a result, a heap of e-waste is generated. But now in today's time, these electronic devices are not considered as waste anymore. We can get many valuable metals from e-waste. Electronics often contain precious metals like gold, copper, or aluminum. If mined on a big scale, that could mean a big profit on the international gold market. Some miners claim you can get more gold from a metric ton of electronic waste than actual ore. The process is already being done all over the world. For example, the metal from 6 million mobile phones and 79,000 metric tons of electronic waste was used to make 5,000 medals for the Olympic Games between 2017 and 2019. The most profitable business in this list is recycling of aluminium. This is the classic example of cash for trash that's been around for years. That's because aluminium is one of the easiest common materials to recycle, as well as one of the most valuable. Recycling aluminium not only prevents more resources from being extracted from the earth, but it also saves energy as well. During the recycling process, aluminium does not degrade because its atomic structure is not altered when melted. It is therefore an economically and environmentally effective metal to recycle. Recycled aluminium requires only 5% of the energy used to make primary aluminium and can have the same properties as the parent metal. In fact, aluminium can be recycled endlessly without loss of material properties. Recycling 1 ton of aluminium saves the carbon dioxide emissions of driving a car nearly 27,000 miles. Over 212,000 tons of aluminium packaging are put on the market in the UK every year. Americans receive $800 million a year from recycling aluminium cans. Amazingly, this only represents 67% of all aluminium cans. Another $1 billion gets thrown out.